Let's talk about why hot guys struggle with women. I'm also going to show you what happens when you are a hot girl and you have no game. Spoiler alert, it's not good. Lastly, no matter how you look right now, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do about it to improve your dating life. We'll be using the first 9 episodes of season 6 of Too Hot to Handle as a backdrop. So if you hate watching beautiful people flirting and getting it on, leave this video right now. But if you like learning about social skills, then keep watching, because here's just a taste of the type of people that are on season 6.
But only problem is I am a sex demon.
Oh, scary!
I've met a lot of international sexy men to do it with. I listen to my vagina more than my brain.
Too Hot to Handle has a simple premise. Let's get a few ridiculously sex-crazy hot singles, put them on a tropical island, and tell them that each time you get physical, whether it's kissing, heavy petting, mutual hand-loving, or just straight up hooking up, they lose out on cash from a $200,000 cash pot. Unless the producers, aka Lana, considers them worthy of physical affection by getting to know each other beyond the physical, which leads me to my first lesson. In most social situations with high pent-up sexual energy, women will choose the best looking guy who's not weird based on an 80-20 distribution. Here's Charlie making out with 3 other girls right off the bat.
I need to have my go with an LA girl.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Put it to the test.
Already like that?
Yes.
Mutually, just do it.
Now, what this means for me is that she's scanning for hotness based on 80% of her decision-making criteria. And the remaining 20% is whether you're a normal, cool guy. And here's the key. If there are multiple good-looking men who are very close in their sexual marketplace value, the one with the strongest nonverbals wins the game. This is why you see the same guys getting makeouts at bars and other meat market locations, okay? It's mostly based on good looks and a little bit of game. However, taking a girl home, no matter how good-looking you are, usually requires more skill. In this season, they also bring back this guy Louis, who's from previous seasons notoriously horny and a notorious rule breaker, and he happens to be a really good looking guy. I've watched his previous appearances and I can tell you he's also got great game. So when he arrives, all 4 girls go from the hottest guy, Charlie, now to Louis. Now, in this scene, all 4 girls are trying to get his attention. 2 things are going on here, which leads me to lesson number 2. On dating shows where men are already famous from previous seasons, these guys always get a huge advantage and the girls end up chasing them. We saw proof of this with Casey on F-Boy Island season 2 and with Harry, notorious Harry on Perfect Match. Why does this happen? Well, I'm gonna get nerdy for a bit, but in a study that was recreated from a previous study to confirm the findings in 2018, published in Scientific Reports, showed that women find men more attractive when they perceive that other women desire them. This is a phenomenon known in evolutionary biology as pre-selection or mate copying. Okay, so in this research conducted by the universities of St. Andrews and Exeter, 45 women were shown images of men's faces and asked to rate their attractiveness. After being informed of the average ratings given by other women, the participants adjusted their ratings, increasing their perception of attractiveness by about 13% on average when they learned, here's the key, when they learned that other women found the man that she was rating appealing. What does this tell us? Well, in essence, pre-selection is a woman's shortcut for evaluating a man's behavior patterns. 250,000 years of evolution resulted in women's brains hardwired to scan for survival value, which means she needs to assess the guy to see if he has healthy emotions, if he's able to protect her when she's pregnant, to raise the kid, to give her resources. And these things take time to evaluate. But if she can see another woman giving the guy value, she can then assume that the other woman has already done the qualification for her. We also see this in the animal kingdom, where female birds find a male bird more attractive when scientists placed a fake female bird right next to the male bird. On the other hand, men's behavior patterns have evolved over the same period to scan for replication value. In the beginning, a man simply assesses whether or not a woman is hot. Okay, now with that science lesson done, let's get back to Louis and these 4 hot girls.
Notoriously known for being bad on dates.
The competition among the women show us why game matters when you're competing with other hot people. Now, I'm sure that these girls back home, they can just stand there and breathe.
I'm hot just standing there breathing, so I didn't have to do a cartwheel or take off my clothes or rap or write a stupid song. I was already hot and that's it.
And let the guy do all the work. So they never actually developed any muscles to run game. But here they are on this show with the other hottest women from their respective hometowns, and now you have competition. Just look at each girl's strategy. Gianna decided to play it chill.
What's your type?
Whatever I'm clicking with.
Like
whatever I'm
that.
feeling.
Oh yeah, I'm easygoing. I'm a cool girl. You can pick me. Kylisha, on the other hand, played it straight up hoe mode.
Type.
You.
Wow.
I like being tied up.
All of it. God damn!
This is a very common strategy some girls use, which is I'm gonna give you sexual access. It's a done deal. Lucy also decided to play it very sexual, maybe with a little bit more British wit.
What's your type?
It's eyes. I like eyes.
That's why I sat here.
Why is that?
Because you can have fuck me eyes.
Catherine was the only one who was flirty, but not sexual.
Because of the way things went down with Charlie, there is a little bit of competition with Lucy. He's mine, girl, so back the F off.
Game lesson number 3. When gaming men of high value, or men who have enough game and or looks to consistently have a lot of sexual options, offering yourself sexually is not enough other than to secure a brief one-night stand. And if all the girls have to offer is her sexual availability, the man will choose the girl he thinks is the hottest one. Game lesson number 4 is taught by Catherine.
Pocahontas and John Smith had a baby. That'd be
That's
me.
me. Yeah, I love that.
By the way, doesn't she remind you of Olivia Munn a little bit with her looks and her dorky personality?
You have a silly side?
Do I have a sit? I think this is me trying to be serious.
I'm being shady-ish. I'm being shady-ish.
I mean, I might look like this, but trust me,
Trust me.
I am silly, goofy, like you have no idea.
Catherine is doing something very smart. She's showing vulnerability. She's saying, I may look like this, but actually, I'm quite goofy. And then she qualifies, are you goofy? Can you meet me there? This naturally creates a challenge for Louis, and if he agrees, they now have a deeper bond outside of just the physical. A very common game strategy with guys who get women in places like LA and New York and modeling social circles, besides being, baseline level hot, are lines that minimize the importance of their looks. Lines like this: hey, I know I look a certain way and people, judge me, they think I'm this cocky a-hole, but in reality, I grew up as a farm boy in, a small town in Ohio. I know I look like a hot, resting bitch face, but I'm actually, I go to church and I take my little brother to school. I'm actually a really nice girl, okay? And what this does when a hot girl does this is the guy's thinking, wow, not only is she really hot, she's not a bitch. You mean she's actually dorky? I just won the jackpot. Lucy, on the other hand, just sexualizes and flirts the entire time. Flirting is fine, but lesson number 5 is this: attraction alone is not enough when you have competition. You also need attraction plus connection. I'll explain how to create connection later, so keep watching. But this is definitely not how you do it.
Girls are like a taste of heaven. You just, no matter what circumstance you're in, just treat them like angels.
Oh,
So.
that's so sweet.
Jordan is a self-proclaimed ugly duckling who's now sleeping with every girl in his small town. Side tangent, I find it funny how the producers told him probably to say, oh, I'm from California. Dude, I lived in California for over 10 years. Nobody says I'm from California. I'm from LA, I'm from Oceanside, I live in Riverside, Bakersfield. Nobody says I'm from California. So I'm guessing he's probably from a really small town in California, and the producers are like, oh, just tell them you're from America, from California, surfer boy, yeah. I think because he came from a small town, he never worked on his game. His only strategy here, you can see, is by using cheesy pickup lines to compliment the girl. And this gets old real quick.
I get an energy from you that I don't get from all people, When you walked in, I was just like, wow, she was pretty. I want to get to know this girl. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You have one of the most glorious smiles I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
Is it over yet?
Can you turn to the side a little bit? Just turn your head. Wow. Oh my
What
God.
happened?
You just look beautiful.
Oh
You have the most beautiful side profile I've ever seen in my life. You make me tense, as in intense. You're intense and you make me tense. Where is it coming from? What is wind? I love the mystery of just moving air. It makes no sense to me.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh no, gringe.
This is so annoying to watch. Over complimenting is a form of manipulation. Sometimes I can resonate if the guy just has no other way, he has no other clue and he just doesn't know how else to be. But I actually think deep down, a guy like Jordan who has the looks, right? Deep down, you're kind of being selfish and it's a little bit manipulative. Deep down, you're hoping that by over complimenting her, you're actually thinking about your needs, not hers. She's feeling the ick, she's feeling awkward. You're hoping that by throwing out all these compliments, she'll do what you want her to do. And that to me is a form of manipulation conversation, at the very least, laziness. With hot girls, compliments simply aren't enough. She knows she's hot, you know she's hot, the whole world knows she's hot. It's like telling someone the sky is blue. The sky is blue. Dang, we know, bro.
Wait, you think I didn't think of that? Of course I thought of that.
Flavia, this spicy Latina, is smart. She tries to give him a chance by bringing the conversation back to authenticity. Lesson number 6, called Optimize for Authenticity. And she does this by asking him this.
So, who are you closest to in your family?
And my family, my mom, 100%.
Your mom?
Yeah.
You live with her?
Do I live with her? Yeah, I still live with my parents.
She asks about his mom, his family, but he literally just can't go there. He's so stuck on her beauty.
Meeting you today, I can't see myself sharing a bed with like anyone but yourself. I had like a really good time tonight.
You know, let's go with the flow.
Let's go with the flow.
I had a fashion model friend in LA, and she would tell me, you know, Giovanni, I have a trick because so many guys are into me. So whenever they get into me, I ask him about his mom, his dad, his family. And after about 10 minutes, they get bored and leave. And she's like a very beautiful, you know, top fashion model. But when you are attracted to someone, that's a good way to build connection, when the attraction is assumed because you're both hot. And if you have game and you can build up the attraction and then turn it into stronger connection.
Let's go.
To the stars.
Let's go to the stars? This guy is stuck in cheesy land and he doesn't know how to get out. If you don't want to bomb like Jordan here, this was so hard to watch. In my book, The Authentic Attraction Method, I talk about how to optimize for authenticity from the moment you meet her to the moment she becomes your girlfriend. And I teach you how to do it in a strategic, organized way by being more yourself and being honest and authentic for you and for the girl. Check it out here at this link. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it's $0. Back to my girl, Catherine. Now here, we see, in my opinion, a clinical demonstration of how to run good game. And even if you're a guy, there's a lot of things she's doing here that you can pick up on your next date. For the women watching, this is how you close out a high value guy. Watch.
What do you think about me coming back then?
I mean, I obviously want to get to know you. I think you're very handsome and you seem like a really good guy. I like your personality.
Lesson number 7. When done right, game is beautiful to watch. Doesn't matter if it's a girl doing it or a guy. When both partners have good game, it's like watching a beautiful dance routine.
I'm here to set an example, right?
Yes.
There's no breaking rule.
Lesson number 8. Combine your compliment for someone's looks with something about their personality. Don't just say you're beautiful, you're so beautiful, your hair is so beautiful, your makeup is so beautiful, your face is so beautiful. It's predictable and it gets old.
I think you're very handsome and you seem like a really good guy. I like your personality.
Lesson number 9. Be specific in your compliments.
I mean, you have really nice lips.
Like,
Lesson number 10. Watch how this girl asks leading questions.
Do you think you're a changed man? Or is Bad Louie gonna come out?
nah.
Okay.
Instead of offering herself or sexualizing herself, she's trying to lead him down a path where he comes to his own decision to move forward with her. Lesson number 11. Qualification. Catherine is smart. She's realizing that pushing him is not going the right way, so she changes lanes.
To kiss someone to see if there's even gonna be a connection.
Oh, mate. Oh, mate.
A really strong way to sell someone when one angle isn't working is to switch angles. For example, if you're trying to sell a car and the guy's like, you know, it's too expensive, I see you got all these features and it's just not working. Then the salesman realizes, well, what about your wife? And the guy gives him a hint. Well, my wife, actually, she really wants a minivan for the new kid. Then a great salesman will change a tactic and say, how would your wife feel with this new minivan if I throw in a cradle for the baby seat, right? So now you're changing a different angle, different pain point. What Catherine is saying, actually, for me, the kiss is required to decide if I even want to date you. She's basically demonstrating her own value. Like, look, I need that kiss to see if I even want to hook up with you. So she's making that sexualization a qualification to chase her. It's very clever, it's very subtle. Lesson number 12. Right after a value spike, which Catherine just did, you can close it out with a little bit of tension. Attention could be a physical touch, getting closer, strong eye contact, as you see here.
You need to stop looking at me like that. You need to stop looking at me like that.
Lesson number 13. Once you have that little tension, don't hold it too long. Release.
You need to stop looking at me like that.
We call this a takeaway, okay? It shows that you're willing to just let go and not be too attached to the outcome. This whole process was once documented by my mentor. It's a method called bait, hook, reel, release. Catherine did exactly that. She baited with a leading question. He hooked on when he responded. She reeled him in by demonstrating value and qualifying a question. And then she released the tension by leaning backwards. It's quite well done. Look at it in replay. All 4 combined together again.
Do you think you're a changed man? Or is Bad Louie gonna come out?
Nah.
Okay. To be honest, I have to kiss someone to see if there's even gonna be a connection.
Oh, mate. Oh, mate. You need to stop looking at me like that. You need to stop looking at me like that.
My girl Catherine might have been a dating coach. I don't know, because she just did a bunch of really smart psychological techniques on Louis. I mean, Louis might be a certified F-boy, but she's got him by the throat. Lesson number 14. Catherine continues. In order to get Louis to break the rule, she's using a couple of psychological tricks, right? This one is called future projection of rewards. She's positioning breaking the rules as justified, even a worthwhile reward. There's nothing wrong with it. We're doing the right thing because we're getting to know each other. This is our reward. It's what's supposed to happen.
I think if you get to know someone and you feel like it's worth breaking the rules for this person, then like, why not break a rule?
I'm gonna drink again.
This girl is diabolical genius when it comes to game. Lesson number 15. Once you have painted this picture of the reward, in order to get someone to do something, you also have to mitigate the risks, mitigate the damage. She does so in the following way.
I mean, nobody's really made a dent in the prize pot. You want to break a rule like right now?
We have the full prize fund. Nobody else is doing it. Hint, hint. It also implies what if someone else is already doing it and taking out money? Scarcity. Lesson number 16. Again, protect the downside, mitigate damage, and now what she's doing is creating conspiracy. I won't tell if you won't tell. Now they're in it together.
I mean, I won't tell anyone if you won't tell anyone.
I don't know. Making it very hard for me to not break rules with me right now.
There's a psychological phenomenon where people are more likely to commit a crime if the crime committed is shared among more than 2 people. Lesson number 17. She affirms her decision. I won't have any regrets doing it. I've already made up my mind. Are you going to join me or not? I'll have no regrets. So it's not your burden.
I won't have any regrets doing it.
Fuck it.
Lesson number 18. Close the deal. Get the signature on the car sale. Okay, get the money in the bank. She's saying, who are you sharing a bed with? This is how you know she's a diabolical player. She played Louis like a fiddle.
Who are you sharing a bed with?
Ah, damn it.
Well, I was hoping to share a bed with you.
Oh my God. I'm happy that I got the man that everyone wants.
Cheers to no more rule breaking from now.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, no, don't cheers.
Into the mouth. Nice.
What she did was she moved him from trying to be a good boy like the producers told him to doing what she wants him to do. Quick side tangent is a lot of girls in LA, especially if they grew up in modeling social circles, pick up these skills really well. I've noticed this pattern, especially with girls who may have been ugly ducklings or like they were socially awkward, but they picked these up because they were in these circles for many, many years, especially in LA. One game is done right and the other person, you know, can return the ball at a skill level that you can play the sport at. It's beautiful to watch. I hope that one day every person has the resources and the access to learn how to flirt properly and to do it in a way that's honest and authentic. Lesson number 19. Sharking. Okay, when your game is weak, as we saw with Jordan, what happens is, like a shark that senses blood in the water, other people start circling.
Hey, girls, can I steal her for a second?
Yeah, go
Real quick.
Sorry, Jordan. One way or the other. Tonight she'll be in my bed.
Zhao senses weakness in Jordan's connection with Flavia, so he comes in like a shark, circling.
And he told me that you guys do have a connection. Well, how was the date?
I don't know if there's a spark there.
No.
Did you kiss him?
Oh no.
I guess it's a competition, right? So first he asks her, you know, how was the date? And what he's able to do is he establishes that there's no connection. So he senses blood and now he's gonna go for his bite, okay? And he's like, oh, we have a connection. I would like to get to know you more, yeah.
There's so many similarities in our lifestyles and things that we like. There's so many levels that we can connect. You would like to spend a night with me.
I don't see a lot of finesse here in his game. I don't think it's that great, but I think this guy won by default. So what happens is when you shark, the girl rejects the guy and another guy comes in and this guy leaves with his tail between his legs, right? Like other guy comes in, even if the other guy that comes in is not super high value or has a lot of game, the girl feels a spike of attraction because it's like a competition and the other person just lost and she feels attached to this guy.
Oh my God. You asked the question.
So I think he won by default. I haven't seen him really run strong game. and I think this relationship will have problems. We learned that being good looking just isn't enough, guy or girl, when you have competition. We learned that just because you're one of the hottest people in your town, it doesn't mean that you can compete with other people with game. We learned that being a hot girl has its advantages, but it's not enough to get the top tier guy that you want. You still need game. Last lesson I want to impart is we see here a clip of Jordan. He decided to give up and leave the retreat after losing Flavia to Zhao.
The retreat pushed me to my limit. I got too emotional, I broke. I just know I have so much more to learn. I do go back home.
And look, I'm empathetic, right? Like I know I used to be a guy who wasn't good with women, but I just wonder if he would have learned more by staying there. Maybe he could have talked to the other girls. Maybe a new girls would come in. He can learn and say, hey, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? Maybe I can take this opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity on this island to learn actually how to connect with women authentically and skillfully. Again, I don't know these people personally, and I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but I just feel like this guy is a very selfish guy, and he just gave up too easily, in my opinion. And if you're single and you don't want to be like Jordan, you don't want to end up like Jordan, check out my new book on Amazon, The Authentic Attraction Method. It's at this link right here. And if you want to watch part 2, you can do so right over here. Enjoy.